Hey guys, it's General back in for another video, and today we're going to be talking about battle towers. Towers. I am going to show you guys how to 100% beat every single one of these battle towers. Starting from the basic battle tower all the way up to light fairy tower. As we know, battle towers are some of the most difficult content in game. Actually, I think it is the most difficult content in game, but I have cracked the code for every single one of them, and I'm going to provide you with 3 to 4 teams for every single tower. Now beyond that, what I'm going to do is select the weakest team in all the options and show you that if the weakest team can do it, the other options definitely can. Now all of us are at different points in the game, and you may not necessarily be able to do every single tower, but I will definitely provide you with a team ranging from the cheapest to the most expensive. Obviously, the cheapest ones are going to be a lot more RNG, but I've tested every single one of these teams, and for a fact, they can clear the towers. Now, since we have so many towers to go through, I'm not going to go through the entire tower or go through the entire last stage. I will go through a few matches and demonstrate to you that the weakest team can definitely get it done, and then we'll be moving on to the next. Now, any team that works for any of these towers will be able to work for the basic battle tower, so I did not specifically make a team for this, but I made a variety of teams for Watery Depth, Frozen Landscape, Stone Citadel, Inferno Depth, Lunar Eclipse, and Light Fairy Tower. So to start off, for the first one, we have Watery Depth, and for Watery Depth, we have 4 different team combinations or team options that you could use. Starting off with team number 1, for our attackers, we have Forest Sage, Flame Captain, Flame Head Captain, and Eminence Strategist. Now for Forest Sage and for Flame Captain, basic can work, but if you have higher rarity cards, you can definitely use it. And for Flame Head Captain and Eminence Strategist, gold is definitely required. Now for our support cards, in slot 1 to 3, we have the Vase of Greed, and in slot number 4, we have Binding Vow. Now for team number 2, we have Flame Captain, which again can be basic. We have Gold Flame King of Destruction, and in slot 3, we have Eminence Strategist. Basic can be used, but again, gold is always preferred. And Undead King, the same goes. Basic can be used, but gold is preferred. And for our support cards, we have Vase of Greed, Binding Vow, Truckcoon, and Binding Vow again. For team number 3, we have Eclipse Born Hawk, Tormented Swordsman, Eminent Strategist, which can be used in basic, and Undead King, which can be used in basic. And for our support cards, we have Binding Vow in slot 1, 2, and 4, and Truckcoon in slot number 3. And for our final team for Watery Depth, we have Forsaken Knight, Nature Guardian. In slot 3, we have Eminent Strategist, and slot 4, we have Undead King. And for our supports, we have Binding Vow, Foxcloak, Truckcoon, and Binding Vow once again. Now, I'm going to say this one more time so I don't have to continue saying this throughout the video. For support cards like Eminent Strategist, Undead King, and Forest Sage, you can always use the basic version, but just note that using the basic version will just increase the amount of RNG you will need. So I recommend using the gold version. Now we're going to try out our team number 1 in Watery Depth. And like we said earlier, it consists of Forest Sage, Flame Captain, Flame Head Captain, and Eminent Strategist. For our attack cards and for our support cards, we're going to use Vase of Greed in slot 1 to 3, and in slot number 4, we're going to use Binding Vow. And let's see how this goes. Now, as you guys can see, our team was doing absolutely well, which confirms that we can definitely get it done. Just a reminder that again, this is RNG, so you might not get it on your first try, especially if you're using the basic versions of the cards and not the gold versions. But like I said, every single team will get it done. Now we're going to move on to the next tower, which is Frozen Landscape. And for Frozen Landscape, we also have 4 team options. Starting off with team number 1, we have Flame King of Destruction in slot number 1 and 2 of our attack slot. And in slot 3, we have Eminent Strategist. And slot 4, we have Undead King. And for our support cards, we have Vase of Greed, Binding Vow, Truckcoon, and Slayer Mark. And for team number 2, we have Flame Captain, Flame Outlaw, Flame King of Destruction, and Undead King. And for our support cards, we have Foxcloak in slot number 1, and Binding Vow in slot 2, 3, and 4. And for team number 3, we have Flamehead Captain, Beast Tamer, Nature Guardian, and Undead King. And for our support cards, we have Binding Vow and Slayer Mark in slot 2, 3, and 4. And for team number 4, we have the Undead team, which consists of Undead Demon, Servant of the Undead, Undead Commander, and Undead King. And for our support cards, we have Fallen Knight in slot 1 and 2, we have Shinobi Cells in slot number 3, and Binding Vow in slot number 4. And like we did for Watery Depth, we're going to do the same thing for Frozen Landscape, trying out our cheapest team. And if our cheapest team can do it, we know for a fact our more expensive teams can definitely get it done. And that team consists of 2 gold Flame King of Destruction, 1 Eminent Strategist, and 1 Undead King. And for our support cards, 1 Vase of Greed, 1 Binding Vow, 1 Truckcoon, and 1 Slayer Mark. Begin. And again, like you just saw, we were easily dealing with Frozen Landscape. But after Frozen Landscape, this is where it gets a little more tricky. We're now getting into the slightly difficult territory. After Frozen Landscape, we're heading on to Stone Citadel Tower. Now, like I just told you guys, Stone Citadel is where the difficulty begins to ramp up, and this is where people seem to start to struggle. But fear not, like I told you guys, I have 4 team variations to help you beat this. Starting off with team number 1, we have Forest Sage, Flame Captain, Flamehead Captain, an Eminent Strategist. And for our support cards, we're using Vase of Greed in slot 1 to 3 and Binding Vow in slot number 4. For team 2, we're using Flame Captain, Flamehead Captain, Eclipse Born Hawk, and Herald of Fate. And for our support cards, we're using Sealed Cube and Shinobi Cell in slot 2 and 3 and Binding Vow in slot number 4. And for team number 3, we're using 2 Forest Sage, 1 Flamehead Captain, and 1 Sacred Arch Princess. And for our support cards, we're using 4 Galaxies from slot 1 to 4. And for team number 4, we're using Forsaken Knight, Chimera Antcart, Sacred Arch Princess, and Herald of Fate. And for our support cards, we're using Binding Vow, Foxcloak, Truckcoon, and Binding Vow again in slot number 4. Now again, like we've been doing, we're going to test out our weakest team, and that team consists of a Forest Sage, a Flame Captain, a Flamehead Captain, and an Eminent Strategist. And for our support cards, we're using 3 Vase of Greed in slot 1 to 3 and 1 Binding Vow. Begin. Now, as you guys just saw, yet again, we were crushing it. Time after time, we can clearly see that these teams are super effective and we're shredding through for the most part, even while we use basic cards. Now we're getting to the difficult part. After Stone Citadel, we now have Inferno Depth Tower. If you're watching the video and you're enjoying so far, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And in a similar fashion for Inferno Depth Tower, we have 4 teams as well. Starting with team number 1. For our attack cards, we have Forest Sage, Flame Captain, Merge Beast, and Flamehead Captain in slot number 4. And for our support cards, we have 4 Galaxy Heroes from slot 1 to slot 4. For team number 2, we have Flame Captain, Merge Beast, Flamehead Captain, and Eminent Strategist. And for our support cards, we have Vase of Greed in slot 1 to 3, and in slot number 4, we have Binding Vow. For team number 3, we have Flamehead Captain, Eclipse Born Hawk, Herald of Fate, and Sacred Arch Princess. And for our support cards, we have Vase of Green in slot number 1 and 2, Shinobi Cells in slot number 3, and Binding Vow in slot number 4. And lastly, for team number 4, we have Flame Captain, Flamehead Captain, Sacred Arch Princess, and Herald of Fate. And for our support cards, we have Vase of Greed in slot 1 and 2, and Binding Vow in slot 3 and 4. Now we're going to test out our cheapest team, and I'm going to prove to you guys that I am the greatest deck builder on YouTube. And our cheapest team consists of Forest Sage, Flame Captain, Merge Beast, and Flamehead Captain. And for our support cards, we're using 4 Galaxy Heroes from slot 1 to slot 4. Begin. And this is with us using basic cards. So imagine if we had gold or rainbow versions. Next, we're going to go to Lunar Eclipse Tower, and this is where most people give up hope. And I will be honest with you, Lunar Tower is very hard. These team comps that I'm going to show you are going to get it done. However, it requires some very good cards. Now, I don't have every card in the game, so I had to work with what I had. And these are the 3 cards, or these are the 3 teams that I came up with based on the cards that I have. And like every other team, I'm telling you, this is guaranteed to help you clear Lunar Eclipse Tower. Now for team number 1, for those who have it, you're going to need a Rainbow Flame Jester, Sunblade Shinigami, Herald of Fate, and an Arch Princess. And for our support cards, we're going to be using Binding Vow, Foxcloak, and Binding Vow in slot number 3 and 4 as well. And for team number 2, we're going to be using a Rainbow Undead Commander, Sunblade Shinigami, Herald of Fate, and Sacred Arch Princess. And for our supports, we're going to be using Binding Vow, Foxcloak, and Binding Vow in slot number 3 and 4 as well. Now, as you guys can see, the base team for number 1 and 2 is the same. All we did was change our damage dealer from Flame Jester to Undead Commander. And I realized if you have a card that does more than 100k damage, you can simply replace Flame Jester and Undead Commander, and it should be able to carry you through. Now, I did not test anything else because these were the cards that I had. And Undead Commander technically does not have above 100k damage, but she has 2 lives, and that came in very handy. I would also recommend that you try to get blessed on your support cards, being Herald of Fate and Sacred Arch Princess. If you manage to get it on your main damage dealer, that is also fantastic. Now for team number 3, we're going to use Sunblade Shinigami in slot number 1, a secret Crimson Demon, Herald of Fate, and a Sacred Arch Princess. And for our support cards, we're going to use Foxcloak and Binding Vow in slot number 1, and Binding Vow in slot number 2, 3, and 4. Now, as you guys can see, I have a basic Crimson Demon in this team because my secret Crimson Demon is in Explorations. So in like fashion, we're going to try our cheapest team, but it's the cheapest team that I had that can do Lunar Tower, and that consists of a Rainbow Flame Jester, Sunblade Shinigami, Herald of Fate, and a Sacred Arch Princess. And for our support cards, we're using Binding Vow, Foxcloak, and Binding Vow in slot number 3 and 4 as well. If you're watching the video and you're enjoying so far, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Begin. And yet again, we made a successful team. Now, this is what you would call hell difficulty. Lunar Eclipse Tower is crazy, but Light Fairy Tower is even more bro. Listen, if you thought Lunar Tower was impossible, Light Fairy Tower is hell. But like we've been doing, I'm going to show you guys a team that is going to get you through. And for Light Fairy Tower, these secret master teams are the exact same teams you use for Lunar Eclipse. No, I'm being serious. The same teams you use to beat Lunar Eclipse are the exact same teams you use here for Light Fairy Tower. And just to prove that fact, I'm going to use the exact same team we're using to beat Lunar Eclipse to beat Light Fairy Tower as well. Begin. I never disappoint. But what I will say though, Light Fairy Tower took me twice as long as Lunar Tower. But all you simply need to do is click on view. When you get to this point, you get an auto clicker and you keep your mouse or your auto clicker on begin. And overnight, by the time you wake up, you should have this already done. So yeah guys, these are the best and cheapest teams to 100% beat Battle Tower as fast as possible for every single one of the available Battle Towers that we have currently. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this helped. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.